Can. Welcome to another edition of Spiritual Medicine Digest. My house is a bit of a mess. It's been the adult figure skating, international figure skating championships this week. So I'm off to the rink as soon as I finish this video, but I didn't want to miss a week of Spiritual Medicine Digest. So I want to share some information with you. So the important thing for this week, especially for sensitive souls, is that because our spiritual gifts keep expanding with the ascension process, our awareness balance can be off for a while. Now, what do I mean by awareness balance? So in TOLPAKAN Healing, we talk about the awareness of the now, the present moment, and the awareness of the whole as a contrast. The whole is all of creation. So what happens is when you get more sensitive, which we all do with ascension, sometimes our awareness expands to the whole when it doesn't really need to. It's not relevant to us. It's a normal process, but we need to kind of rein it in and recalibrate it and rebalance it. And that's something you may need to do consciously. So, for example, if this is you, okay, and this is you in this universe, in this timeline, okay, and the red denotes all of creation, okay, all of creation. Sometimes what can happen is, you'll suddenly have like what we would call spiritual awakening, you might call a nightmare, is that you suddenly become aware of entities and you're like, well, I cleared my house, what the heck's going on? Why do I have so many entities? And it could very well be that your alternate selves might have, an entity. So you're aware of that piece of the whole that's not in your universe. The other thing that can happen is your soul destiny partners, who are your contract partners that you're supposed to help in this or other timelines. You could be aware of their entities and their timelines. It's not even your stuff. So your awareness could be right out here in the whole. You might also be aware of conversations going on in another timeline as if they're here with you. You'll be hearing voices and you're like, I'm going crazy. Do I need to be on medication? This has happened a lot with sensitive souls. So I'm here to say you're not crazy. You're just aware of too much of the whole. It's not balanced. Okay, so you may be hearing voices. The other thing you can be noticing is like the energies of mass consciousness, which is very stressful at times. There can be fear, there could be anger, there could be self-doubt. And I've got to tell you honestly, there have been some high-level talented healers, some even friends of mine, that have basically seemingly imploded because they don't understand this concept. So they're feeling all this overwhelm and guilt and shame and negative energy. All of a sudden they're like, what the heck's going on? I'm overwhelmed. And it's like they're not balanced in this awareness. So they're not here, they're not now. They are overwhelmed with all of creation. So how do we fix this? Well, the TOLPAKAN Healing Way, we do measurements. So TOLPAKAN Healing Way is we measure what is your awareness balance of the now and the whole. So awareness balance, okay? And you're measuring now and the whole. Now this should be a number, out of 100%. So you would ask, how balanced is my awareness of the now and the whole? Ideally it should be 100%. If it is not, you can correct it. Now, for those of you that are really good at divine muscle testing and want to know exactly what's ideal for you personally, you can ask, what is my ideal percentage of awareness of the now and the awareness of the whole in this moment? So for most people, it's going to be like 95% in the now, 5% in the whole, or even 99% in the now, 1% in the whole. Now, you'll notice if you are a professional healer that when you are in the healing, you're doing the healing, it's possible you're going to be more aware of the whole because you need to gather information for your client from not necessarily in the now. You might be gathering information from the past, from the future, from an alternate timeline, right? So your awareness of the whole may increase, but as soon as you finish that healing, we want that to be rebalanced so that you're aware of the now. Now, that might not happen when you're healing. It depends on the person, what your role is, what's for the highest and greatest good. So you want to ask overall, how happy is my awareness balance of the now and the whole? Hopefully it'll be above a 95%. And if it is not, and you do not need to know more, if you need to know more, you have to go to the TOLPAKAN Healing Guides to figure out what it is you need to know to heal it. But if you don't need to know more, you can just do a TOLPAKAN Healing Directive. And that directive is this: I now command that my awareness balance of the now and the whole, be 100% in the highest and best way in all timelines where I exist. Thank you. And that'll just help kind of rebalance you and reset you for the moment, at least until the next ascension upgrade. So you're more aware of the now. So you're not aware of extraneous information that isn't important to you and not relevant to you. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. You always muscle test it, right? So a couple of exciting announcements. Monday's going to be a jam-packed, action-packed day. 12 noon Eastern, I'm interviewing my friend and colleague, Dr. Bradley Nelson, the creator of the Emotion Code and the Body Code. And we are going to specifically talk about family relationships and how to heal and optimize those without necessarily working on your family members. How cool is that? Okay, and the second thing I want to tell you about is 4 p.m., same day, Monday. I will be in an interview with Darius from UWealth Revolution, launching my program, Light Warrior Bootcamp 2.0. We're going to be talking about entities, ET interferences, and if you're at all interested in learning how to do entity clearing on your own effectively, you definitely want to be on that free interview. So you can check out the events on the Facebook page, or you can simply opt in to their mailing list at www.karenkand.com/YWR18, all one word. YWR stands for UWealth Revolution, and then 18, the number 1 and 8. So you can get on their mailing list and you'll get all the information, how to call in, how to raise your hand. We're going to do a cool clearing group process called the TKH Clearing Vortex, and then we're going to be doing some mini healings and readings. So I hope to see you or hear you live on Monday for that show. So until next week, lots of love. Bye for now.